Oh, man, we could not ask for a better start to the football season. Joe Giglio. He's at Carter-Finley Stadium. He's in the Steve spot. I'm back at Eford Studios in downtown Raleigh. Thanks to Empire Properties. Thanks to Copiers Plus. This is going to be a disaster. I can already tell. And big thanks to Bloomin Blinds, who is once again bringing you the OG After Darks. We've got one tonight.
Michael P. Look at that artwork.
I know, Mike's coming through on the artwork. You'll have another one for Monday night. I would say that the sloppiness and the general, just the je ne sais quoi of tonight's matchup at Carter-Finley Stadium is deserving of the old Taylor. I'm not bringing out the good stuff for tonight because tonight was kind of sloppy at all ends. But as we all know, kind of went a very NC State Dave Doeren way tonight, Joe.
Yep, NC State wins, Dave Doeren loses. I mean that's what it was. It's 17-0. It's like they stopped playing. It just doesn't make any sense. If you haven't been paying attention to the first 12 years, it doesn't make any sense. Right. But if you have, you're like, yes, that tracks. Once it was 17-0, he was like, we're up more than one score. We don't have to try anymore. It's like, come on, man. What are you doing?
I'll tell you where I went. Oh man, NC State fans are going to be so upset about this. Look, it's one thing to get caught flat-footed. I'll give credit to ECU for continuing to push on their tempo. I know that's what they do. I know Wes Durham, who did a wonderful job on the ACC Network broadcast tonight, dropping some ECU NC State lore along the way, which I thought was very entertaining. I think the stat was they were like the fourth highest tempo offensive team last year. So at some point you're going to get got on that, and they got caught flat-footed on a substitution. And Dave at halftime admitted, look, man, that's on the coaching staff for not having that prepared. I think he also was kind of saying, without saying, maybe I should have called a timeout there, which didn't happen. And then he kind of slipped in. I would have liked the tackle, but it is what it is, right? And that's the point where I thought, all right, are we going to see new Dave Doeren, or are we going to see the same old Dave Doeren? Because new Dave Doeren has CJ Bailey, who went out. I get it. The interception was not ideal. I get all that stuff. But you have to understand, he is a playmaker. He is dynamic. There are enough guys on offense, weapons-wise, that you can be excited for what you potentially have on offense. So here's where you put your foot on the neck of ECU. You can go into halftime with a 2-minute drill and say, look, man, we ain't messing around today. What did they do, Joe?
Look at the comment.
I know. Groundhog Dave, Joe. I understand. Go on. I think the first play on that series was a draw. I'm like, oh, what? Come on. Come on.
Again? Oh, man. Listen, First of all, let's give credit to Jamel Johnson, the play on fourth down for NC State, the Temple transfer. I thought that was a really good play. Second of all, let's give ECU credit. They were dog shit in the first quarter of this football game, to the point where I wondered if anyone told ECU that the season had fucking started. Like, they were that bad. They were Mac Brown 2022 or 2023, whatever the year it was, bad. Drake May, I thought Drake May was playing quarterback for ECU tonight. Like, somebody needed to wake them up. They get the 79-yard play. It's 17-7. Dave goes into the turtle. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, and they keep fighting. ECU kept fighting. I thought their defense adjusted well. Part of that is the play calling. NC State's offensive line's got a long way to go.
Yes.
I like the fact that they went to the 4-2-5. We talked about this on this program. Shouts to all of my one Wolfpack and Pack of Wolves and whatever the NIL is called these days for keeping us updated on all those things. I thought the 4-man front was more effective for them, obviously, than the 86-yard pop that Rajay Harris hit last year on them.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I thought this was two teams kind of running in place, Joe. Like it just didn't feel like either team was impressive. It just felt like it was one of those nights where you're sitting here waiting for something good to happen. At least you knew in that bowl game there was an urgency, there was a fire. I felt like it was missing from both sides, to be perfectly honest with you, after State went up 17-0.
This is what when NC State went up 17-0, I'd actually put out on Blue Sky. I guess Vegas did know. I don't know. Vegas knew, right? Because I wasn't expecting that. But it was early. I forgot. Yeah, Dave's gonna sit on this lead, like you and I were talking about before we hit live on the YouTube. I guess classic Dave Doeren. It's over.
Can he see us or not?
Rand in the house. How many OG lights has Rand had?
Hey, not enough. Not enough. Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, Jonathan Rand, our former producer on the radio side, just got engaged. We're just gonna have to figure out something for. We're gonna have to get him a couple of kegs for his wedding.
We have kegs. Oh, yeah, for the wedding, yes. Okay, we can get a keg for the wedding. Yeah.
Provided we're invited.
Yeah, I think we are, or at least the day before to the wedding. I could be there. I think you said.
Okay, there's Shelby.
Both.
Okay, cool.
We have to do the pod from there, apparently.
Okay, that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. Now, so anyway, to your point about these two teams, it's the first game. This is what always happens in these games.
Yeah.
I'm never really going to take much away in the first game. There's no preseason. You got some jitters. There's going to be some sloppiness, but I do think there are some obvious questions about NC State that we knew from the jump, and that is this defense. I'm looking at the. Look, ECU, man, scared money don't make money. Ended up going 1 for 4 on the fourth down conversion.
Fourth downs,
including missing that last one at the end.
You got to throw it past the marker. That was a bad play call.
It was a bad play call, but here's the thing: at the end of the day, they had 383 yards passing. They got nothing in the run game. They were pretty much negative throughout the entirety of the first half. Took, I think, somewhere midway through the third to finally get on the plus side of that thing. It didn't matter because Hauser, with the tempo, was able to get this thing moving on NC State's defense, which I'm sure Dave, what we know about Dave, is not going to be happy because he wants to nurse these leads. But if you're letting these guys throw it all over the place, hey, man, you got to fight fire with fire. And I've been screaming that all off season, and didn't matter. Still a Dave Doeren special at the end of the day. But you know what?
I'll say this.
One thing before you say what you have to say, I just have to remind you.
Shit, be happy we won.
Hey, just be happy.
State wins, Dave loses. We've been over this. It's my new mantra for this year. State wins, Dave loses.
Unreal.
The sucking noise after they went up 17-0, the number of texts that I got after they went up 17-0, then it was like, okay, here we go again. And it's almost the worst thing that can happen to him. He just doesn't know how to just keep it the foot down. He just does not know how to do it. And I thought one thing, Joe, and maybe you saw it a little bit more on the telecast than I did. I thought the penalties were. It was a kind whistle for State.
It was.
Tonight.
It was.
I thought there were
including that last penalty. Penalty.
I thought a lot of ECU was flagged 10 times in this game, and I hate. I can hear Steve Logan, right? The refs know which team's supposed to win. I can hear Steve Logan. Please give me the ACC crew because I don't want the American Athletic Conference crew trying to try out for the ACC.
Yep.
I didn't love the way this game was officiated, to be perfectly honest with you. We don't need all that, Like I said, I thought ECU did not understand the assignment early in this game. I thought that's on them. Falling behind 17-0, that's on them. But I thought the rest of the way, a little bit of Dave, a little bit of the refs, a little bit, and a lot of ECU's fight too. I want to give them credit for coming back out of that hole because I really thought I was disappointed in the way they started the football game. ECU.
Let's go to let's see what do we got in the YouTube comments here from Steve. And should Dave Doeren be in the Hall of Fame for puckering? I mean, even though it's puckering, it's just what it is, man. From Mike, I hear a lot of tight wolf anus right now. Oh, clearly there was. That was definitely coming through on the broadcast. From Tim, remember when we started the game and it looked good and we were sending pressure? That was fun. Why did we change? Why did we back off? Why did we stop taking shots, Joe?
I thought Grimes had a nice game. I thought Bailey, when he was given the chance to kind of take some shots down the field, had But Dave's default is to try to establish the run, to milk out the clock. And they just, I mean, I'll look at the final numbers. You can tell me rushing. State looks like 36 rushes for 105, less than 3 yards a carry. ECU 30 yards, 29 carries, obviously 1 yard a carry. I mean, I just, Dave just gets very stubborn when it comes to that. You know what I mean? Like in Hollywood, 22 carries, 76 yards. That's obviously not great. He had the score.
It is something that I'll give credit to Steve Adazio for calling out on the broadcast. I thought he was a dude on the broadcast today. I actually thought he was pretty good, all things considered. One thing he did point out as it relates to Smothers, when it came to they need somebody else on those short yardage situations.
Yeah,
you've got right now. NC State's got 2 issues. Well, 3 issues. We understand the offensive line is a work in progress. CJ Bailey, as impressive as he is, and he can scramble, I get all that kind of stuff. He is sleight of frame, so you do wonder. He took a couple of shots tonight. I thought he was great in staying in the pocket and trying to make things work. So you've got that, but he's not exactly somebody that's going to bowl you over. And then you got Hollywood Smothers, who's in the same position. Sometimes he dances a little bit. So I thought Adazio made a really good point for NC State as they go up against better competition than ECU and their defense. They're going to get stuffed a lot. That run game is going to have some issues as the season progresses if you need that short yardage situation. It just wasn't really there for them tonight.
Yeah, this is where you lose a Kendrick Raphael because Jonathan Taylor is supposed to be another running back.
Right.
We did see a little bit of Duke Scott tonight. Guys transfer, guys leave, and that position can be tenuous. Even you get one injury like Taylor, and then all of a sudden you're sitting here going, well, you know what they really could use? ... Another running back. And it's kind of like, well, you know what they really could use? And now we were told, but the freshman quarterback, Will Wilson, there's supposed to be a package for him. He's a little bit more of a runner than CJ. We know Dave has always been fond of a running quarterback. I don't mind him using CJ as a runner. Obviously, at the end of last year, he was more of an effective as a runner. But I don't think that's a formula for success for them. I look at Justin Jolie's numbers, Joe, and it's like, what are we doing? Like, right. Just in general, like the royal we, not like State, just like, what are you doing that you have this guy who's a really good player, 5 catches, 27 yards? Like, do you really think you have like 10 other receivers? Teddy Hoffman. I mean, some of these other guys, Terrell Anderson with these targets. It's like, I don't get it. And that's the thing in year 13 that I've never understood about Dave is I don't know why he just can't let his best players just stay on the field and call plays for them and let them make plays. He just seems to be averse to that.
All right, let's go to the OG sports phone, shall we? It's probably what you expect. 919-444-2211. Call the OG sports phone and curse or don't. As always, the OG Sports Phone brought to you by our friends at Nature's Relief. Go check them out at naturesreliefhempstore.com. 919-444-2211 is the sports phone. I want to play this one first. This is from Bradley in Lillington. I want to see if he was correct. He called like just before the game. I wanted to see if he basically was like, let me see if I can script this one out for you. Let's see if he was right.
Hey guys, Bradley from Lillington. It is 6:49. These are my last moments of sanity until maybe March when the game is over with. And if Will Wade does good, maybe I'll come sane in January. The new and improved Dave Doeren offense hopefully will not have its same original taste. Hopefully he will not run the ball on 3rd and 8 in the 4th quarter, and hopefully it will not be 21-17 East Carolina. That's just my hope. I ain't going to say you can lock it in, but I think that's going to be the script of the ball game. I appreciate what y'all do, and I hope y'all have a good night.
I'd say Bradley was pretty on point. All right, let's go to 919.
Dave Doeren, Joe. Dave Doeren. 17-24. I can't watch this anymore. I just hope we lose every fucking game this season. I can't watch this shit anymore. Give whoever. I don't fucking care. Bill Belichick, please beat us by 50 fucking points. I don't see this fucking asinine guy on the fucking sideline fucking call any fucking plays. We're going to fucking ruin CJ Bailey's fucking career here. He's going to go fucking an SEC school for whoever fucking knows how much money. Fuck Dave Doeren. I can't fucking do this shit.
State wins. Dave loses.
Gabe on the YouTube comments. CJ Bailey transferring at minus 1,000. Minus 1,000.
I know.
That's what everybody's gonna be freaking out about as the year goes on. All right, to another 919.
Joe, it's Joe. I'm watching the game. ECU's back by 7 points, and I'm just like, what the hell? You know what I'm blaming? I'm blaming the stupid cursive on those helmets. Who the hell uses cursive in the 21st century? And when did that become a thing? That's just, there's nothing, it's dainty. It's dainty. Why are we playing a football game with a dainty helmet on? Anyway, see if they can hang on. And, next year, Dave Doeren's going to have his guys. I know it. Bye.
Joe.
Kelly had asked me, she's like, what's up with the cursive on the helmet? I'm like, it's the whole City of Oaks thing. Shout out to Tim Healy of the Ice Pack. I guess he was the trailblazer on this one with doing the City of Oaks jersey. I thought it was fun.
Shout out to Jordan Green, Adidas. I actually like them. I have no problem with the helmets. The helmets are not the reason. Hey, by the way, we manifested this, just so you know.
What do we manifest?
All of those fucking strays that Dave caught during hockey. Like people had the 4-4-4, 2-2-1-1 at the ready. They were just like, here we come. 27-17 was my prediction today, by the way. I was pretty close. State did not cover. They didn't even cover the original number, by the way, as predicted.
Right.
As predicted, as anyone has ever seen these two teams play.
Well, since you brought it up. You did point this out when we looked at the number initially this week, thanks to our friends at DraftKings. You can use the promo code OG25 as a new customer. You bet $5, you'll get $300 in bonus bets. We'll tell you a little bit more about that in the future. I will admit, as I said earlier, I thought maybe Vegas was on to something. You explained when Wes was in studio on Wednesday as to why that line continued to move the way that it did. I guess that big money, Joe, the big money was not listening to the podcast earlier in the week, were they?
They felt really good when it was 17-0, didn't they?
Yes, they did. But they had not been paying attention to State. And I'll give Wes this. I'll give Wes this. At the end of the broadcast, he did drop a little Duke Carolina basketball. It always delivers. It always delivers State at ECU. So that's exactly what we got. But yeah, I guess that explains some of the situation with the money moving on that. But if you had listened to us, if you'd listened to Joe, then you probably turned out just fine. I'm actually looking ahead to
the Heels. Monday.
There's two things that have been interesting in relation to tonight's game, where the secondary ticket market was pretty high. The get-in price was pretty high for this game, which makes sense. I mean, look, it's a local game. It's ECU. People are fired up. They want to get to this thing. I totally understand that. Meanwhile, did you say that the get-in price for Monday? What was the get-in price for Monday in Chapel Hill?
I had one of our guys, Weston, text me and say, I cannot get in that building for 2 tickets for less than $1,500.
That's insane.
For 2 tickets. Maybe you can get a one-off, but you couldn't get 2 together.
That's insane.
That's wild.
Right now, I'm looking at the DraftKings line, and North Carolina is still a dog in this game at plus 3.5. So you've got that Bill Belichick bump, but it doesn't really seem to be doing at home. A home dog in Belichick's debut. Please explain that one to me.
That is the book telling you they think TCU is going to win the football game. That is the book telling you, please take Carolina. We're begging you as the public to take them, but we think TCU is going to win the football game.
So with DraftKings, as I mentioned, use that promo code OG25. New customers that bet $5 will get $300 in bonus bets instantly. So look, college football, we got a bunch of games tonight. My brother was repping for the South Florida game today. Did you see Matt Rule slimming down a little bit? Might be on those microdoses. I don't know. Looking pretty good out there. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, I guess, getting ready to invite like half of Cincinnati's staff out to the wedding. All good, but college football's back, baby, which means DraftKings is back. So use that promo code OG25. New customers, $300 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Blue Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Fees may apply in Illinois. 21 plus, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, visit dkng.co/audio. All right, let's go back to the sports phone. Let's go to a 919.
This shit is really fucking ridiculous. Joe, what the fuck is going on? This horrible ass play calling. God darn it. They doing TikTok. The clock is ending. You've got to come. Unfucking believable.
Like, I got to imagine if the season continues on this trajectory where they look very, very uninspired and the money. I mean, Will Wade was there getting things going, right? They had the surfboard for the Maui Invitational. People are hyped up for basketball season. I'm guessing that might factor into the overall vibes around Dave Doeren. And Dave Doeren might read the room and say, you know what? I'm off to go do the bait shop. That's going to be my thing. All right, let's go to another 919.
All right. You guys, sports quarter at the state game. Tell me if I'm off on this. This defense looks like when we play a real opponent, they're going to get gashed. The offense looks a lot better. Smothers looks great. CJ Bailey looks better, but he's still staring down his wide receivers like a Hooters waitress. Offense has promised, but this defense looks like it's going to be a hell of a season.
Buckle up, folks. Buckle up. Let's go to another 919.
It's game one. I'm
just saying. What did you expect? Hi, Jess.
We manifested this during the after darks for hockey. I swear to you,
you say it's game one, but it's actually
I know. It's game 128 or whatever it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back.
OG, I'm turning it up real quick. If you can hear, this is the commercial that plays at the 2-minute warning of this football game. And I thought Dave Doeren's point of this NC State football team is that we would beat the hell out of the East Carolina Pirates. Oh my God. This game's going to be a slaughter. Oh my. Bet -16, bet over whatever Vegas is saying, because this NC State team is going to kill them. Well, I'll be damned. You mean to tell me out of how many damn motherfucking years that a kicker has saved your job, you didn't recruit a motherfucking kicker, Dave Doeren? Holy
I mean,
fire this man. I don't care if we win this game. This is, oh my God. I cannot even explain the amount of levels, the amount of different things that I'm fully pissed off with this football team, because NC State deserves better. NC State has the money to do better. NC State has the ability to be so much better than what they are. And I don't know why we're handcuffing our offense every single damn play. When we fucking throw over the middle, I'll be damned. We get touchdowns. We get 30-yard plus games. I mean, holy shit. But let's run a fucking QB draw on 3rd and 12, fucking 3 out of the 5 times. I'm sorry. I know it's cuss or don't. I know I cussed a lot, and I'm ashamed of it. But I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I let this shit continue to happen. My money will not continue to go to Dave Doeren if this shit continues to happen. This is sad. This is sad. I can tell what Dave Doeren is running half of the damn time. More than half of the damn time. And I'm just a drunk guy sitting watching the game on a computer monitor. You mean to tell me you get paid millions of dollars to do the shit that I do on a video game? I hope NC State wins this game for my sanity. I love you, OG. Thank you for everything that you guys do. You are so kind to me. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
Joe, we are reinventing sports podcasting in the Triangle by taking live phone calls after games. Who would have thought about this, man?
No one's ever thought of to do this before, so it's slightly awkward. It's slightly awkward though. I am in the parking lot right outside where the players are exiting.
Yeah,
and Sarah Doeren is like 3 cars down. Well, they can't hear though. Don't worry, they can't hear.
You got your AirPods in, so they can't hear anything.
They're in. Nobody can hear. It's fine.
Look, if you want to understand why people are reacting the way that they're reacting, one of our corporate champions said, "Please put this on the air." I'm not going to say who it was. I'm just going to say they texted us, "Please put this on the air." And the reason why, as I'm zoom in here, these were the stats. Minus 15 total yards, minus 23 rushing yards, 8 passing yards,
time of possession,
zero third down conversions, getting blown out of the water in time of possession. And this game came down to a 4th and 1 with the potential to either go to overtime or lose on a 2-point conversion. That's why people are mad. Simple as that.
It's a whole combo platter. It's 13 years. I get all of those things. But yeah, I mean, like, you got to make peace. I made peace with Dave when they lost to Maryland in the game where he tried to like get Chris Dunn the kicking. The kicking was atrocious tonight, by the way.
Yeah,
both sides, to be perfectly honest. When he tried to win that game down in Charlotte against Maryland, where Chris Dunn was trying to get some sort of record, when he tried to win like 12-9.
Right.
I said this is just who he is, and I made peace with it. I don't come to these games anymore thinking there's going to be fireworks and lollipops and rainbows and butterfly kisses. I come to these games thinking there's going to be a lot of first down zone stretch. There's going to be a lot of screens. There's going to be a lot of passes to people who are not the best players on the team, and you're just going to have to live with it.
All right, let's go to a 704.
Nothing to be happy about. Nothing to be happy.
Well, no, the final result.
I mean, how many times are going to play this year?
Shit, be happy we won.
I hope. I mean, obviously, I have not watched the post-game press conference, but I hope Dave Doeren dropped another banger tonight. That's all I'm hoping for. All right,
I don't think he's got in the right mental space for that.
Yeah, probably not.
Hey, fellas. I called you guys during the end of the NC State ECU Military Bowl game. I said I gave up. Well, Dave Doeren, you've wrote me back in. You have my interest. You have my heart. You have my soul. Be gentle with it.
I guess that's because of the win. He'll take it. All right, to a 910.
We're going to get thrashed in the ACC. It's going to be bad. You know, be happy we won, sure. But, oh, man. It's the same team from last year. I don't know. It's going to be a long season again, and I think I'm ready for the Doeren era to be over. Go Pack. Appreciate you guys. Keep it up.
I am flabbergasted that a win, ultimately a win over ECU, which I understand the dynamics here in that you don't really
wait in a game they never trailed, by the way.
That game that they never trailed. Very, very good point. Very, very good point. But it's ECU, so you never get credit for it. You never get credit.
Right.
We're here. All right, let's go to a 919.
All right, look, after that 4th down pass to Wesley Grimes, where got a huge gain, you can put the fucking game away. I turned around, I looked at everyone in the stands, and I said, I would stake my mortgage. We're going to run the ball 3 times in a row. Same Dave, same shit, same year, no matter what. You can change all the offensive coordinators you want. That motherfucker will always play to not lose and never to win. Same shit.
Yeah, and I guess the dynamics are different. I'll give Harold credit. I mean, I'll say it again: scared money don't make money, right? They did with the tempo. There was the fake punt that paid off with a hell of a pass. But of course, that just ended up being a 7-play drive that went nowhere. But still, these are the types of things that I'm sure Dave, Mr. Defense, is most upset about. There was not only the fact that you had a substitution that he says is on him, but you also couldn't bring a guy down. And of course, you bit on the fake punt. Those are little things here and there, or it having getting down to the final play there at the end on a 4th and 1. These are little things here and there that are going to bother him being the defensive guy. But I keep getting back to and I'll be a broken record until I'm proven wrong. You can't treat every quarterback the same. And I understand that turnovers are the worst. That's the hot lava. And it's the worst thing you could ever do. But when you have somebody like Bailey, you're going to have to understand that some of the stuff to take the chances to be the dynamic playmaker that he is, to try to get it to these guys that you brought in to be dynamic playmakers, you're going to have to take some risks, and there's going to be some mistakes. And I thought there were really just two big mistakes for Bailey. The first one obviously being that interception. The other one was there was a sack that he took at the beginning of the 4th quarter that resulted, get rid of it, whatever. It ends up being a couple yards back. It pushes it out to a 40-yard field goal attempt, and they end up missing it. So, which of course gets to the kicker thing that everybody's upset about. Let's go to let me see. Let me see if there's a 919 I haven't played yet.
All right, look.
I played that one. Let me go to an 828.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Oh.
What?
It was funny. Before the bowl game, I thought Dave misplayed his hand by the whole non-rivalry thing. And I think Harold was coming around at the end of this week about what this game was. But when he even said it to us back whenever it was a couple of weeks ago, I was like, hey, man, that's not how you need to approach this game. And I thought the way that they started this game was shocking to me. The way that ECU started this game was shocking to me. Quite frankly, it's where they lost the football game.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't fall behind 17-0. Obviously, it's a different ball game. And there was no urgency on their part. There was no execution on their part. I just felt like, all that, vim and vigor that we saw in Annapolis was gone.
Well,
and I didn't understand that.
I understand it because we all recognize, especially in this era of bowl games, there's no carryover effect. There's no
I know. You're right.
I mean, we talked to Dave Doeren about this at ACC kickoff, the amount of new guys that they have there that might not have any sort of, I mean, obviously you had 2 players that were suspended for the first half because of the fight that happened at the Military Bowl. But a lot of these, I think, was it 41 guys is the number that they brought in? And
you're right. That's a lot of turnover. And here's the other thing
with ECU. The same thing with ECU. It's not just State, but also ECU going through a lot of turnover as well.
And it's always a reaction, right? State beats Carolina. They're feeling good about themselves. Mm-hmm. So they don't have that vim and vigor in the bowl game. ECU gets their doors blown off by Navy. And then they're like, no, that's not the team we are. And so you're right. There's no reaction. That game was a reaction to the previous outing. So they didn't have that. I just want to say, I really was disappointed in the way that ECU came out in this football game. I thought it was out of character for the number of times I've seen them play against NC State and UNC. Now, the way that they finished the football game, they found it. They kept fighting. I thought they kept playing. But I also think some of that was where State was in a lot of their play calling, and I think a lot of people are seeing that. I appreciate that. Back in the day when I was charting all these plays, I know all of them, but now there was a couple of times there tonight where they got me a little bit. Kurt Roper got me a couple of times.
All right, let's go to 1-828.
That is Dave Doeren football. Holy fuck. If you don't like that, you don't like Dave Doeren football. And guess what? I fucking don't like Dave Doeren football. This shit is pathetic. Absurd. Year 13. He still sucks fucking ass. Oh my God. Send his shit packing to NIU. Send it to Alligator Alcatraz. I do not give a fuck. Just get it out of Raleigh.
You can't send it to Alligator Alcatraz. They shut that down. Let's go to a 540.
Hey guys, it's Ben from Bull City Coordinators. The Duke game is not over yet, and while the Blue Devils are going to win, the only solace I take in the way that this thing has played out is that if the goal was to have Illinois overlook us, then I think we have succeeded.
I was because the state ECU game ended up being a lot tighter than anticipated in the second half. Well, who am I kidding? We all anticipated a close game between these two. I did not get good eyes on the Duke Elon game, and I was monitoring the score, and I was kind of like, guys, I get it. You thrived in one possession games all last year. Do you really want to do that against Elon, though? Is that something you want to do? No, it's not. No, it's not.
I thought the quarterback for Duke had some kind of game. I just saw his stats pop up at halftime.
Yeah, second half. The second half, Darian Menza started to do the thing based on the stats.
Yeah.
I have to go back and watch it tomorrow. I'll watch the highlights tomorrow morning. But it was just one of those things where it's like you're monitoring, and you're thinking, not only is the defense supposed to be one of the Manny Diaz calling cards, you also got this QB that was the belle of the ball in the transfer portal. Took him a little time to get going. Again, I'm going to apply to Duke, but I'll apply to State and ECU. It's the first game of the season. You don't get a preseason, and you're always going to get some wonky results to start. Let's go to an 8-3-2.
All right, so I'll take a win, but in college athletics, a win is not a win. It's just that doesn't happen the way it is. And I get it's ECU. But for the love of fucking God, for the first time since before COVID, NC State has decided to throw a football down the field more than 40 fucking yards, and it was completed. And guess what? Guess what we do? We decide to, I don't know, let's run the ball 3 fucking times and see what happens. I don't know. I swear to God, he doesn't take risks. I don't know how the fuck he's got a head coaching job, because don't you have to take a risk to actually, I don't know, apply for the job? You have to take a risk, right, to apply for, why does he, I don't know, take a risk on the fucking football field? I've never seen anybody. Thank God I was born in Texas. I can't wait to watch them play the Buckeyes. But for the love of fucking God, this other school that I root for, his football team, absolutely is coached by a guy who is absolutely like the fucking like the. In order to win the game, you need to like hold the damn ball. He's afraid of actually coaching the sport. God forbid we win. I swear to God, this guy absolutely only gets up for one game of the year. He wants to lose 11 games and then beat Carolina's ass. I don't get it.
That's a great fucking point.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Oh, wait a minute. It was. Wait a minute. Was Dave channeling me? This is from Steven on the YouTube comments as I was monitoring your Dave postgame. We got stagnant on offense in the second half. Our goal is to score 31 or more each game. What?
Mm-hmm.
Since when? Since when is that the case? We get an explosive play and then hurt ourselves. That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
I think there are some kinks they got to work out. Again, these are things that happened in game one. And with some new parts.
I saw Jim Phillips tonight, by the way. He was up in the press box. First half. Great to see him. I told him I need a preseason game, man. We got to work on this. Joe Giglio solves all of college sports. Preseason's part of that. So we don't have to sit through some of this. We know what we're getting into as well. So, but no, and also Joe Ovies saves college sports. I can't remember if it was on the record or off the record. So since Jim and I are always on the record, I'll just say he said to me, instead of 9, because 9, the math does not work, he said his initiative will be to have each school play 10 power conference opponent teams. And if it means that NC State and Virginia have to play, fine.
So be
if
it.
It means Wake, if Wake and Carolina have to play, fine. But they're not going to make Pitt and fucking Louisville play an extra game or some shit. It's like it has to be a little bit more organic than that. So now I added the commentary there, not him, but his initiative would be for 10 games against power conference opponents.
Has to be. It's the only, and this is something we can talk about a little bit more next week. But
he also wait.
What?
He also said, please tell Joe that I was here and he wasn't.
Okay, that's fair.
And I said, I get it. I said, someone has to hold down the fort, though. Like it's a thing.
This is true.
He was looking for you, though. He was looking for you.
I'll shoot him a text and I'll tell him, hey.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll shoot him a text and say, hey, 10 Power 4 games mandated? Great idea. All right, let's go to
Perfect. Where did you come up with that?
Hey guys, this is Chris from Fort Myers. Just finished my first game of 5 college football games in 5 days. Is that fucking great or what?
Oh,
college football always delivers.
What are you reacting to before I go back to this?
I saw Chris yesterday.
Yeah.
At the Two Roosters. He stopped me. He said, I went to the Swine for dinner. He went to the Roosters for dessert.
Yeah.
He was coming to this game tonight. He was going somewhere tomorrow that I can't remember. Is Wake play tomorrow?
I believe so, yes. Kennesaw State.
Okay.
On the
but
menu.
your dad will really love this. Saturday he's going Tennessee, Syracuse. He's a Syracuse fan. Sunday he's going Notre Dame, Miami, because he's a Miami season ticket holder. Monday he's coming back for Carolina, TCU. And I said, buddy, you got to call in the show. We got to get you on Tuesday. 5 games, 5 days. That's crazy.
That sounds like a tour. I think he's calling it out right now. Oh wait, I think I just played the whole time. Let me try it again.
Yeah. Hey guys, this is Chris from Fort Myers. Just finished my first game of 5 college football games in 5 days. Is that fucking great or what? College football always delivers. Take it easy.
There you go. We appreciate that. All right, to a 919.
Look, I think a lot of people didn't clearly not watch your brief history of Triangle Good. Let me just say that. This game was going to be close the whole time. Everybody knew it. There was no reason to get all worked up about this. It was going to be close. It was going to come down to a coin flip. All these folks calling for Dave Doeren's job, show me the money. We ain't got it. So, here's the deal. We're always going to be middle of the road. It's always going to be tough to beat ECU. It's always going to be tough to beat Carolina. We're going to do it sometimes. We're not going to do it others. It's not the end of the world. We got the win. Let's celebrate the win. That's what I'm here for.
Shit, be happy we won.
Simple as that. All right, last call.
I know I can be unrational at times, but I'm going to try to be rational here. Okay. And I just want to start off by saying this. I think Dave Doeren is a really good guy. I think he does a lot of things right, just like he says in his press conference. We did some good things. I think he's a good man. I think he's done a good job with his family. I think he's done a good job with the players, the type of person he is, the type of program he's ran. Everything that you want to run a clean, good program. Likable guy, sure. But I just cannot understand, no matter how many coordinators we have and that we cycle through, the play calling is always the same. And here's my question to Joe and Joe here, okay? We're coming up on the grant of rights. You guys have talked a lot about it. And are we going to get left behind? Tonight was not a boost of confidence for the boosters, for the television programs, or networks, I should say, to elevate the program to where we want to be in a short time frame before the next conference realignment about moving up. We're never going to move up with him. We're never going to hit our ceiling at the right time under Doeren. And that is what's so frustrating. Coming out, East Carolina, they're going to win some games in their shit conference, sure. But only going out there and winning by 7 points is the same problems that we've had in previous years. We've got to do something different. I hope he will do the right thing and retire at the end of this season, and we can go out there and let boo be boo. He brought in Will Wade. I finally have hope, man. I have hope in Will Wade. But we've got to go out there and we've got to get a stone cold killer, because if not, we'll be stuck in playing on Tuesday night against Coastal and App and ECU in the Hate Conference. But you know what? If that happens, got an idea. Let's move basketball into the Big East, baby. See ya.
Oh man, I Fanta doing NC State games on the regular. Oh man, I'm here for that. Absolutely here for that. All right, let's go through some YouTube comments before we get out of here and give you
It's raining.
our billboard. Is it raining?
No, Rand is throwing peanuts at poor James Vito. He's
Rand's gone full butt of the elf after one beer. I know what's going on. All right, from JT, how long until we hire Philip Rivers as our version of Deion Sanders and he brings his army of children to save us from the Dave cycle? Hey, he knows Wolfpack ain't for soft people. From Chris, which, by the way, he said they break out the dark arts. The dark arts is for a game that's worthy of the dark arts. Tonight's the kind of game. Maybe Monday I go dark arts because that's how they got Bill Belichick. Just because we know about Triangle Good doesn't mean we have to be happy about it. Very, very good point.
That's fair.
From Norman, quintessential Ovies game. He pulls for the show. What better script for the show than this game and these reactions? I will own that. I always root for the show. People always think I'm a homer for whatever. I'm a homer for one thing and one thing only. This podcast. Let's see. Oh man, I've been seeing this a lot. The day ECU fired Ruff and McNeil is the day the football program fell apart and it's never quite recovered. And jumping from conference to conference also hasn't helped either. From Joko Wolf, I think the Will Wade thing has raised everyone's expectations for football without even coaching his first game. Yes, I would agree with you on that because you see how NC State's actually getting some national publicity with hiring the right guy for once. They hired a guy that the guys like.
Yeah, I disagree, though, because there's an investment in Will Wade. What's the investment in football?
Well, there was an investment in football. What happened with it?
Yeah, on a super small scale last year.
Fair, but there's only so.
You know
much,
what I mean?
You know my thoughts on this. It's one of those things where NC State is not made of money, so you have to be judicial with what you do with the money. And as we said with Will Wade and what we saw after 2024. Is that
they made the right choice? In our opinion, they made the right choice.
Yes, it's much easier to throw your money at basketball and be a baller on a budget, so to speak, than it is the expense of football. I think we all recognize that. From Justin, we might have to bring back the "Tell Me Something Good." We're gonna need it. Maybe that's the case. And then we'll close the chat on this one. Dave, this is perfect. I cannot think of a better.
It's
perfect. Dave gets a once-in-a-lifetime hole-in-one, and instead of finding a new lease on life, retreads it like any other year. It's your last year. He needs to wake up and realize there is no tomorrow. You'd think.
Well, you know when he will.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, let me give you the billboard here on our OG After Dark. As always, we thank Bloomin Blinds for sponsoring After Dark. As you know, you can call Bloomin Blinds at 919-980-9815. As I mentioned in the YouTube summary, 10 or more window treatments, it gets you 10% off. So call Chris today at 919-980-9815. We'll be back here Monday night for another After Dark, thanks to our friends at Bloomin Blinds. How many rowbacks did you see today, Joe? I saw a guy at Target today decked out head to toe in ECU pirate gear, including the ECU hoodie. Look good. That ECU hoodie looks good, man.
It's a rowback ad right now.
So who are you dragging over there?
Chad. Look at this. This is the new one, the game day one.
I like that one. I like that one.
And Mitch has got, and Jackson. We got all kinds of rowback there.
You guys all outfitted in rowback. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's James.
Jackson.
Jackson's rocking the rowback. I like it. By the way, they just dropped a bell tower. UNC.
Oh, did they? Oh, yeah. Ken sent it to me. He sent it to me. It looks really good.
It looks really, really good. So if you haven't used a promo code yet, use it today. Use that promo code OG20. You're buying
also big thanks to our people, by the way. I played golf with Ben today.
Yeah.
Speaking of off the record conversation. And he told me we moved more merch this year than we did our first year. So we had a really good year with Rowback. Thank you all for using that promo code, and thank you all for supporting us with Rowback. That's important to us. So thank you.
And thank you for creating new emails to use those promo codes. Hey, man, promo code. Hey, babe, promo code's a promo code. By the way, if you're buying all this Roback and you're wondering, well, wait a minute, man, I'm buying all these Robacks. How do I save money? Easy. Refinance. You tell Gordon, you tell Austin, hey, man, I've purchased so many Robacks that I need to refinance. We're going to refinance my house. They're like, we got you. We understand. Totally understand. On a serious note, you're looking at your credit card debt. You're looking at potentially doing a much needed remodel of your home, but you're kind of freaked out about the interest rates. Don't worry about it. When you use Miller Lending, you don't pay closing costs. And if the rates come down in the future, you can just refinance again and save. I've saved money every single time I've refinanced with Miller Lending. So call them today at 919-447-3377, millerlending.com/theog. You will get a Roback from Giglio personally, along with a Raleigh Wine Shop gift basket. Big thanks to our friends at Happy and Hale. I know I'm going to be dragging tomorrow, which means I will absolutely be getting an Almond Brothers at some point tomorrow. Thanks to our friends at Happy and Hale.
Let's take a break. Let's take a hockey break. Brought to you by Happy and Hale.
Also, I want a big shout out to Nathan. Nathan emailed us a Photoshop that amused me that he is subscriber 10,000. So he will be getting the black card. We will be in contact with Nathan relatively soon. In the meantime, go to Happy and Hale. Use that promo code OG25 on the app. Save 25% off your order. We're enjoying false fall right now. You know we're going to get hit with that nastiness in September. The mosquitoes are not going away, but you can keep them in check with our friends at Mosquito Authority and Pest Authority. Check them out at bugsbite.com. Whitaker and Hamer, our friends, WH.lawyer. They can handle your small business needs, your personal matters, or let's say you're running an auction draft on Wednesday and you have to make sure you have all your P's and Q's. Guess what? Whitaker and Hamer can help you out on that. So WH.lawyer. We got a full roster for fantasy?
I think so. Yeah, okay. we got there.
Gotcha. My brother took in the Matt Davis 12 today down in Orlando. You can call and say,
oh, really?
Yeah. He took in a little Matt Davis 12 today. So
not the South Florida game though, right?
No, I believe it was a South Florida game.
Oh, it's a big upset.
I haven't looked at the scores yet. Anyway, what you can do if you haven't looked up your insurance lately is you can contact our friends at State Farm in Garner. Matt Davis can help you out. InsureGarner.com, 919-779-8277. Hometown Realty, all across the triangle. Better understanding of what this market's doing than anybody else. Hit them up today at myhtr.com. Butcher's Market. Typically, we're live on Thursdays at 2 o'clock, but with the After Dark tonight, we pushed that away a little bit. But Butcher's Market will bring you an OG mailbag tomorrow. You can be part of the YouTube exclusive portion of the mailbag by being a member. All you got to do is hit the join button for less than $5. We will be getting an OG Light re-up at a couple of Butcher's Market shops. In the meantime, drop on by, get everything you need for this weekend, take advantage of the weather, and grill. Two Roosters involved in the community. I know they had an Enlow booster night tonight where you could go get ice cream. A portion of it goes to various high schools and athletic endeavors. Everybody does this kind of stuff. Two Roosters is always in the community for these types of things. And that's why they're the best. And they help us out as a corporate champion. So go support them. Go check out tworoosters.com. And of course, our friends at Longleaf Swine. I had Longleaf when did I go to Longleaf the other day?
Yesterday.
I went to Longleaf yesterday. They're kind of refreshing some things. New menu looking slick. Of course, the food's always fantastic. And of course, the brunch is always delicious. And how many grills did you see out there today, Joe?
A lot.
How many of them did you think, you know what? It's looking kind of rough, man. You should probably contact us. You can use a little refresh.
Right.
Well,
shouts to Eric. He came out tonight too with his son Walker. They enjoyed the game.
ncgrillrescue.com. Hit them up today and understand this is not just like some spray and a wire brush. We are talking about a detailed, deep clean of your outdoor kitchen, your trusty grill that extends the life of it. So if you've invested in this stuff, you want to make sure that you get as much of it as you can. So the way to do that is maintenance, like you would a car, right? Your grill's really not all that different. So hit them up, ncgrillrescue.com. All right, I think that's it for our billboard, if I'm not mistaken. I'll wrap it up for the After Dark. We'll be back tomorrow.
Big shouts to Mikey P. That those animals drinking look good.
He's not done.
Although, Mikey, where's the ram, man? Where's the ram?
That'll be on
slide.
That'll be on Monday.
Okay.
The Ram will make an appearance. I don't know what my favorite one is. I don't know if it's the owl just doing a beer funnel with OG Light, or it's the toad ripping. Just
glasses. I gotta put the glasses on.
Yeah, the toad is he's ripping that pipe, man.
Oh, okay. I see him.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah. And that's brown liquor for the rat. Is it a rat? A possum.
That is a possum, and then the raccoon,
possum or nocturnal.
Yeah, and then the raccoon is in the trash can. So
okay,
there you go.
Love it.
Oh, shout out to Scott, starting a new email now. For
yeah, and they did wake this week too, by the way.
Yeah, they got all sorts of great stuff, man. All sorts of great stuff. All right, that's gonna wrap it up. Enjoy the rest of your post-game tailgate. We'll be back here tomorrow morning for an OG mailbag. So I'm sure we'll go through some of these calls and more. Maybe I'll have some thoughts on Duke if I have a chance to watch a little bit of it before the mailbag. Until then, appreciate y'all watching another After Dark. Thanks to our friends at Bloomin Blinds. Check them out online at bloominblinds.com.